he was the unknown coming in here. They saw glimpses of the potential before he got hurt, and just see Cedric Tillman picking up and getting back to where he was before that injury.
And in a game with small yardage plus, that's the longest play for either team, 25 yards. Bengals with a 1-point lead. Jerome Ford with the carry, and Ford dropped by Chris Jenkins Jr. after a 1-yard gain. Well, when you look at this Bengals wide receiver room, Jerry Jeudy was clearly the standout, and coming into today, it was by a pretty significant margin as far as his career receptions above everybody else.
Yeah, and DeAndre Carter, he'll have a role there, but he's going to be mainly your return guy, and you can see the other numbers. So Isaiah Bond, I think, is intriguing, with that downfield speed. Jamari Thrash, another year in this offense, feeling a lot more comfortable, says he's not thinking as much. I think it's going to be interesting to watch this group behind Jerry Jeudy grow during the year.
It's going to be interesting to watch this game in the fourth quarter. Through 3, a 1-point Cincinnati lead.
So our wedding's in a couple of weeks. I've been thinking things over. I just needed to tell you this face to face.
Oh, don't say it.
You're going to be eligible to become a member of Navy Federal Credit Union because I'm an Air Force veteran. My whole family can join, and you could get unlimited 2% cash back with the Cash Rewards Plus card. I know this is a lot.
Wow. All veterans and their families can join. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Catching a killer isn't easy. Lucky for me, I got friends, and they got ideas. Buckle up. This one's a ride. This is 50 Ways to Catch a Killer. Coming soon on Fox Nation.
Thursday, it's Baseball Night in America on Fox. Soto leads the Mets against Harper and the rival Phillies. Or Royals. Special Baseball Night in America, Thursday on Fox.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it. Tom Brady knowledge is 10 pounds of football in a 5-pound bag of Jerry.
Come on, man. You gotta look off the safety before you... When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
It's not that hard.
Start Saturday strong with Big News Saturday. Quarterback Dante Moore and Oregon take on Northwestern. Big News Saturday on Fox. And they're off.
Oh my God! Welcome to 99 to Beat.
Welcome back to NFL Kickoff Weekend, presented by YouTube TV. Alongside Daryl Johnston and Alex Williams on the sideline, our entire Fox crew as we kick things off from Huntington Bank Field. Week 1 in a 1-point game. Browns in Bengals territory to start this fourth quarter with a 2nd and 9. Flacco a pump. He'll run to the right. Flacco tucks it and chugs up the field across the 40 and out of bounds at the 39. And this crowd loves it as Flacco rumbles his way forward for 4.
That's awesome. I think, some people, you always hear you underestimate the athleticism of Joe Flacco, even at 40 years old. I mean, that's awesome right there. I mean, as tall as he is.
Well, it's not the longest run that he's had against the Cincinnati Bengals in his career, but it's 4 yards to set him up with 3rd and manageable. 3rd down and 5. Flacco floats it. Fannin had it and couldn't pull it in. Cam Taylor-Britt on the coverage, and the rookie wiping his hands on his pants. He knows he let that one slip away.
Yeah, this is a big one right here. I mean, you're going to be able to convert this first down, run after the catch, And we've seen a couple of throws like that down in that area, but Dylan Sampson been going down and making those great catches, and that's what you have to do in that situation. Here we go.
On fourth down, they eschew the 57-yard field goal try and instead line up with the offense on 4th and 5. They will go. Flacco, quick toss, dropped by Judy. He led the NFL with 13 drops a year ago. He drops this one on 4th. Jerry Jeudy had a first down. All he's got to do is secure it. And back-to-back drops cost the Browns the ball.
Did you know Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating?
Is it weird seeing yourself on TV?
It's my job, isn't it? To let people know that Geico's more than just savings.
Certainly have our cat's attention.
Oh, wow. It is so.
Well, they just love great customer service.
Customer service.
No, I can't do
They don't get this excited for wet food. Yeah.
No.
Guys, he's right here.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you fall below the speed of 3 miles per hour, you get your ticket. There's one winner and no finish line. Which car?
Me gusta la comida buena, este sabor me desespera, con ganármelo como entero. Me gusta la comida buena.
Take one Defender. Add a large helping of sand. Mix in some rocks. Freeze to -40 for several days. Then soak in 35 inches of water. Bake at 122 Fahrenheit. Dress with 661 pounds of toppings. Finally, serve on a plateau of your choosing.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. What's in your wallet?
Teen romances on Tubi will be free forever.
You mean I have to pick between Brad and Chad forever?
Chad? Who's Chad?
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Fannin a drop on 3rd, Jeudy a drop on 4th. Browns turn it over on downs, and now the Bengals with an opportunity to add to the 1-point lead. Good field position just shy of the 40-yard line, and Chase Brown with the carry. And Brown met in the hole by Schlesinger. Maybe a yard for Chase Brown. And that's all he's going to find. The real question becomes, can they get these wide receivers going on this end? Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, pretty quiet days, Daryl.
Really quiet days, and that's been kind of a common theme against this Browns defense. It's always a little bit less than what their averages are, and even when you compare it across the board with the other division rivals here in the AFC North. So that's your strength. You've got to get back to it at some point in time, and challenge a Greg Newsome, challenge a Denzel Ward, and see if your guys can go up and make the plays.
Chase in motion, the slot, top of your screen. Burrow looking that direction, but he finds Higgins instead. Higgins unable to get both feet down. He's out of bounds, ended up with a football, but Ronnie Hickman made sure that he couldn't get those feet down in the green.
That's a really nice job. You can see Ronnie Hickman coming over. He's got to elevate to get it. He gets that first one down, but that second one is not down in bounds.
Great look from our crew. Clearly see the foot on the light. And now 3rd and 9. Browns defense wants that stop.
And this is where Zach Taylor did not want to be on these 3rd and long situations, these obvious passing situations, because of that man right there.
And timeout. Play clock was winding down. Joe Burrow has to call time. Timeout. Cincinnati. Their first. Cleveland's defense just 2 years ago was the #1 defense in the league, and Allison Williams, they're trying to rekindle that magic here in this drive and in this game.
They are, Kevin, and they're really pleased so far with how they're playing in the back end of this defense. Defensive coaches telling the safeties they're doing a good job holding their looks, disguising pre-snap. So important, so difficult against Joe Burrow, but that's a big reason why they've been able to keep these receivers in check so far today.
Allison, what have you noticed on that sideline from the Browns from a confidence standpoint defensively after that rough year last year?
Yeah, I would say the confidence on the defensive side has been high. It's been consistent. The energy has been really upbeat and positive. Obviously, a bit deflating on the offensive side, but it hasn't affected this defense at all.
Allison Williams, big stuff, 3rd down and 9 for the Bengals against this defense. Myles Garrett, usually his time to shine in a pure passing situation. He gets the hit on Burrow, who gets rid of the football to Jamar Chase. Incomplete. Didn't get the feet down. We saw that on the opposite side with T. Higgins. Newsome on the coverage of Chase, and it's 4th down.
But this is great anticipation by the defense on the call. You're going to run a game to the inside. So when you put Myles Garrett on the outside, out here, right? You got all these assets that are going to help. He's going to loop back to the inside. So everything you place over there, he takes away from you and gets a clean run right at Joe Burrow.
Fourth down and 9, Browns defense stepping up at a big moment early in the 4th. DeAndre Carter let this Rico punt go. It bounces at the 5 and a trickle into the end zone for the touchback. Myles Garrett signed a 4-year, $160 million deal in the offseason. Joe Burrow wishes he were anywhere else than the Browns right now.
Listen, your team.
NFL Plus. Keep the NFL in reach.
Well, the next person that sees anybody throw anything onto this field, point them out, and get them out of here. You don't let them, Cleveland.
You know it's a good rivalry when you're playing somebody else and you bring up your rival in that kind of context as Sam Weiss did many, many years ago.
Unbelievable. That's the way to fuel the rivalry.
1989 when Sam Weiss somehow ended up with a microphone on the sideline. I don't know how that happened. Dylan Sampson beats Logan Wilson after for about an 8-yard gain.
This defense has got to make a stop right here. You know, we're 12, just inside 13 minutes here in the fourth quarter. And the one thing that Cleveland has done a really good job here today is controlling the ball. And that was one of Al Golden's big things to his defense is we've got a great offense. We can't have them on the sideline all afternoon, and they've been over there much more than they needed to be.
2nd and 2. Sampson, first down.
I tell you, this guy, you can see why they like him so much. I mean, he has been fun to watch. And you made a point, Kevin. A couple of those catches that he made, those are outstanding. And this is just really good feel inside. I mean, he's running through tacklers. That's T.J. Slayton. T.J. Slayton was brought in to stuff the run. And there's Dylan Sampson just kind of bouncing off.
Just signed their 2nd-round pick, Quinshon Judkins. He's on the roster with an exemption. But expect to see him play a role in the weeks moving forward at running back as well. Flacco drifting to the right. Moving. And now Fannin adjusting his route. Makes the catch in Bengals territory now to the 45. 22-yard pickup and the rookie making a play.
This is great. I mean, Joe Flacco is rolling to the right, so keep your eyes on Harold Fannin. Everything that he does, he's going to go over. He's going to check down on a short route. And when Joe goes that way, he just kind of stands there for a second. He's like, no, you got to move. You've got a guy right next to you. You've got to get open. Run yourself open.
You can see they like Fannin, too. There's a lot of talent there and a lot of versatility. He led all of FBS football in catches and receiving yards a year ago. Flacco, under heat again, fires it to Ford, and a good open field tackle. What a play by Warren Burks. There was a little space out there for Jerome Ford, and what a tackle by Burks, a loss of 3.
Yeah, and here's one of those situations, right? There's an interception for the Browns here this afternoon, but it's a great play by the Cincinnati Bengals defense. This is an accident waiting to happen right here. Your eyes are off of what's going on outside to your right, and you throw it out there. That those are the ones that can come back and just ruin a great afternoon for you.
Al Golden told us Joe Flacco's so hard to get down in the pocket. Great example of it there. B.J. Hill had a shot at him, couldn't pull him down. 2nd and 13, Flacco throws. Fannin again. Catch number 6 in the rookie's debut. This one picks up 6, and Allison Harold Fannin Jr.'s had quite the back.
Yeah, we're seeing why the Browns fans and a few others made the drive there. He said after about 10 minutes of watching tape with him, he looked at his coaches and was like, what are we doing here? This guy clearly has got it.
No doubt about that, Allison. You've seen it in game 1 as Judy with a flag down makes the catch. Excellent tackle by Jordan Battle. But that flag thrown at the 49-yard line. Looks like DeJuan Jones is going to be called to the hold.
Holding offense for 79. That penalty is defined, 4th down.
Sometimes when you're going against Trey Hendrickson, you had no choice but to hold, Daryl.
Yeah. If you get out of position with him, and you can see right there, I think it's a little bit of a pretty nice sell job there by Trey. His feet went out from underneath him. I think DeJuan Jones is going to be like, I've held worse than that already during the course of this game and didn't get called.
So now Corey Bojorquez, who led the NFL in punts inside the 10-yard line a year ago, will try to do it again in the season opener. Jones will let this one bounce at the 2, and it gets past it gets past Jarrett Bernard Coppers and into the end zone for the touchback. Cincinnati and Cleveland. Good one coming down the wire here on Fox.
The UPS store is more than just a shipping store. We're the packing, shipping, guarantee store. We know running a small business takes a lot of grit. So we're the We've Got Your Back store. Because when you trust us to pack it and ship it, we guarantee it so it'll get into the hands of your customers safely. Which is why we're the Stand By Our Work guarantee store.
Let's go, Joe.
Visit the UPSstore.com/save and get 20% off print services today.
Will you stop playing?
Never.
Those who play make the world more
Man, we gotta go down and drive, man.
What did she
Cleveland
bring
putting up
back
a
from
good
your
fight.
last
Crazy.
trip? I don't
Crazy.
think
Our
I'll ever
defense,
forget
luckily, got stop our
nature
defense.
truck
Good,
feels
man.
like a bit of local art.
Good.
A soulmate for the week.
Good.
Finding out you love a good poncho and glamping, and that durian is everything they say it is. Everywhere you go with Marriott Bonvoy shapes you, making you the greatest souvenir of all. Explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. I was in a car accident. 10 years. Memories gone.
This fall, Fox's critically acclaimed hit Doc returns.
I need to be the doctor that I was. Every path we choose comes with a price. I just had a memory.
Doc returns September 23rd on Fox, and watch season 1 anytime.
Well, this morning, along with the Muni Lot, Brown superfans Desiree First Lady Wheeler and Charles Brown Spider Bevel Jr., they were married. They both used to tailgate the Muni Lot. Met as Browns fans. That passion led them to love and marriage. Webster Slaughter, who's now an ordained minister, was the officiant in the wedding. Brown Spider and First Lady now honeymooning in the dog pound. Where else would you rather honeymoon than the dog pound?
They have to be the leaders in the clubhouse after week 1 for Superfan of the Year.
Oh, Roger Goodell. 9:22 to go. Cincinnati up by 1. And on first down, Burrow under pressure. Down he goes. Guess who? Myles Garrett with the sack.
It's just, the last one we saw, they had people to help. He goes inside. Now he's going to stay outside again. I mean, there's 2-3 people blocking him. And it's funny when you talk to
Orlando
Jim
Brown.
Schwartz, and you talk to him about his skill set, what he can do. He's like, listen, everybody knows he's the game record. Everybody knows to look for 95 pre-snap. It's not like he's hiding from everybody. And that's how good he is. You've designed a game plan around to minimize his impact, and it's so hard to do.
And Joe Burrow has to call timeout. As frustrated a timeout call as you will see from a quarterback. 8:36 to go in the fourth. And at one point, Bengals lead. Now this from State Farm.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that baby. That baby. No trouble. Give me your arm.
Nope, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one laughing?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All preseason, Daryl, the conversation was, how do the Bengals avoid slow starts to the season? All preseason, everything was adjusted to avoid a slow start. Pressure's got to be ramping a little bit here. 2nd and 16 up by 1 point in the fourth. Burrow. Pocket collapsing. Garrett again. Number 11 all time of Joe Burrow. Back-to-back sacks for Myles Garrett.
If you can just force him to hold it for a tick, right? And that's what we talk about. And this is, again, we said at the top, can you find a better combination of rush and coverage between 2 players than Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward? And he's so good. I mean, Orlando Brown Jr. thought he was going inside on another stunt, and he took his eyes off him. He comes right back on him and attacks him.
3rd down and 22. From the end zone, Burrow in trouble, lunges forward as he goes down. He avoids the safety. Isaiah McGuire got him around the ankles. An absolutely dominant defensive possession by the Browns front four.
Well, Jim Schwartz said it all when we met with him on Friday. This defense will go the way our defensive line goes, and they have just taken over this game. Look at the push. They are all the way back into Joe Burrow's lap, and he is so lucky that he didn't get a safety. And one of the cool things he did this year, they had a pass rush camp. He had Isaiah McGuire come down. He had Alex Wright come down. He had Abe Huntington come down. 3 of his defensive line teammates down there working with Micah Parsons. All these great pass rushers, that are down in, Willow's down there in Texas.
DeAndre Carter with a return to the Bengals territory. Tyson Anderson on the tackle. 6:56 to play. The Browns already on the edge of field goal range. And we talk about the slow starts for the Bengals at each moment. That pressure, that entire conversation. It's like the old adage, if you don't talk about the elephant in the room, and the only thing you can think about is the elephant in the room, this is the elephant for the Cincinnati Bengals.
And everything they did to address it. And we'll get into that after the snap. But there was a lot of structure, scheduling, a lot of changes to prevent this type of game from happening in week 1.
Sampson to the 39. And it was the entire approach to the preseason. Zach Taylor told us it was a little bit
Make
of shame
no
on them
sense.
if we used excuses.
Make
We didn't
no
change
sense.
it.
Well, we talked about it last year when they come out of the first 2 games at 0-2, and he said there were unique circumstances, and he didn't feel it necessary for a wholesale change. And to your point, Kevin, I think that was the biggest thing that Zach shared with us is, I needed to do that. I needed to change our schedule. We went from an afternoon practicing team to a morning practice team. To Allison's point at the beginning, the starters played during the course of the preseason. I think one of the big things is that competitive period that she mentioned. It was a basketball-style competition every single day, and it was one-on-one. And the people from the offense and defense competed against each other, and then they would pick the next 2 combatants for the next morning. That's how they started every day. So there's been so much energy put into avoiding what potentially could happen again today, and that's losing your season opener.
Again, we mentioned it right out of the gate today. 1-11 in the first 2 weeks of
1-11
NFL
is crazy.
seasons under Zach Taylor. They've been tremendous after that, but it's been the constant slow starts, and it was the slow start that last year kept this team out of the postseason. They ended on a 5-game winning streak but fell a game short.
That New England game, I mean, you go back and look at just, where's the one game? Obviously, it's that opener against New England, and they're staring at saying the same thing down the road this season about the opener in Cleveland.
2nd and 7. Joe Flacco in the pocket, throws looking for Fan, and it's incomplete. Coverage from Geno Stone.
The pick.
And now 3rd and 7. Before 3rd and 7, Carissa Thompson with a game break.
Thank you, Kevin. So the Steelers down 2. Aaron Rodgers having himself quite the debut against his former team as he throws his 4th touchdown of the day. This one to Calvin Austin from 18 yards out. Steelers in front right now, but Jets in the red zone. Kev?
Back and forth there. Tight in this one. 1-point game. 3rd and 7. Bengals defense needs a stop. Browns looking to move the chains. Flacco on the throw, and Judy has the first down. We saw the drop on 4th down last possession. Jerry Judy made sure to secure this one.
Bro.
And almost the exact play design, and really the same coverage. You press outside a little bit, you're open, and here comes the safety. And I think that was one of the things that happened on that other play. You start to see, or you start to hear Geno Stone coming down.
There's Flacco. Tried to check that one short. He had Cedric Tillman in the area. A little bit of confusion, it looked like, from the snap. And it's 2nd down, 5:46 to go in the 4th. There is a flag down. Ineligible downfield.
Defensive ass, bro. What is defense over?
Devon Jones, a little too far downfield.
And that's one of the things that they have to clean up this season as well. The penalties in general, but the pre-snaps. They led last year. The turnover ratio, you mentioned that, Kevin, is just unbelievable. The scoring differential, just across the board, there's things that they've been so much better today. What can they do down the stretch where the game hanging in the balance?
Sampson tries the right side. He works to the 22 in the arms of Joseph Osai. 4-yard pickup. Pivotal play. Such a big play in this game coming up, Daryl, 3rd and 6.
Yes, absolutely.
Bro, just stop, bro. Look the rules to the ground.
What is this big?
It's
crazy.
Crazy words, bro.
We've seen here this afternoon. We haven't seen, pressure where there's a defining thing there with the pressure. And here's an opportunity for them to step up and start to make a name for themselves.
3rd and 6. Flacco looking to the sideline. Judy is there, makes the catch. Both feet in. First down,
Cam
Cleveland.
Taylor-Britt is so garbage, bro.
With a huge play here, Kevin mentioned how big this is right there. And Cam Taylor-Britt, you got to move your feet. I mean, Jerry Jeudy is coming up on top of you, and you're standing flat-footed. And that was easy for him to just break across his face and just throw a simple out route. I do not know why he did not get into a backline.
Man, this is stupid, bro.
Coming up on 4.5 to play. Browns down 1, but in the red zone. Sampson with the football. Breaks initial contact, but not much after that. In fact, no gain on the play for Dylan Sampson. But the clock continuing to run. Cleveland down 1. Why are they down 1? This extra point. If you're thinking about a go-ahead field goal. Andre Schmidt, remember, missed an extra point. It's why the Bengals have the 1-point lead.
Pushed it right off the star. You can see this angle's great. You can see that. That is outside that upright immediately.
Right about an extra point distance. If you don't get another
Hopefully
yard,
they can still win this close-ass game. Interceptions are coming. Wrap up.
Fannin trying to find some room. Not much there. Well defended by the Bengals. Fennell and Hill combined on the stop. Just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, just kind of an extended run play right there with David Njoku moving outside, bringing a blocker out, and then just throwing that quick little screen to Harold Fannin Jr.
Daryl's second half has been a big different story for Cleveland. 7 of 9 on 3rd after the 1 for 5 at halftime. The worst in the NFL on 3rd down a year ago.
Come on,
a
good
3rd and
stop.
9 here for Flacco. Flacco pumps. Pressure comes. Spins away.
Yes, he sacked. Let's go.
Hendrickson was there. Shamar Stewart brought him down. Flacco is sacked, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and just take that sack. Obviously you're trying to get this thing converted, but the worst thing you could possibly do is have that turnover. You're in the pocket, it's starting to collapse. Get your 2 hands on it. You can see Joe right there. Good ball security in the pocket as that starts to break down.
Shamar Stewart running so wide, he ran a whole circle.
First NFL game. The Lou Groza Award winner for this kicker in college football is a youngster at Syracuse. For the lead. And it is
He missed it! Let's go!
Wide to the right.
Let's go!
A missed extra point, a missed field goal, and a missed opportunity for the Cleveland Browns.
Wow. One of those decisions you make during the course of training camp, and kind of ironic it was the PAT to get you into that position, because that was probably the deciding factor to go with Andre Schmidt over Dustin Hopkins. And again, both kicks missing to the right.
The margin between a good and bad Sunday is often very slim. As Chase Brown gets the carry, and Myles Garrett pounces on him at the 24-yard line. Browns will use one of their 3 timeouts. Andre Schmidt in his first ever NFL game. What must be going through his mind right now?
It's like any player that feels that he let his team down. It's CeeDee Lamb on Thursday night with the drop. I had a critical fumble in a game that ended up costing us the game. It is the sickest feeling you can imagine, because your mistake hurts so many other people, and it is hard to shake it off. And for Andre Schmidt, he's got as a kicker, you got to be able to get rid of it quick, because they have the potential to need you to come back and win this game.
2nd and 11. Burrow to the sideline. There's T. Higgins
First down.
out of bounds at the 35, 1 yard short of a Cincinnati first down.
Again, another big throw by Joe Burrow. A big cushion on the outside. Kind of interesting to see that soft with that distance to go.
Got out of bounds, so that stops the clock. Zach Taylor's team wants to get that first down. It's Brown with the carry, and he falls forward awfully close, but he didn't get there. Stacked up at the 35, Devin Bush on the tackle. He does not get the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning. It's fourth down, Cincinnati. With 2 minutes to play in the Battle of Ohio, a fourth down decision coming.
Tush push! Tush
They said it
push.
was a fever dream that led
Bruh,
Colonel Sanders
if they don't
to be
tush push
unobserved.
this shit, bro, tush push, bro. Use all their fucking might to push them. Yeah, we deserve to lose.
Hot and spicy wings and wedges
They got the ball back.
When you planned all season to change your mojo in the early stage of the season, 4th and 1, they're going to go.
Leave it in the hands of your best group, offense, defense. Put your trust in Joe Burrow and that offense.
On 4th and 1. Switching Drew Sample. Motion from Chase. Will they snap it? Burrow up to the line. Nobody will move. The delay of game. And a punt coming for Cincinnati.
Yeah, we lost this shit. Stupid to get the fucking first yard, bro. Stupid.
I tell you what, on that motion by Jamar Chase, the orbit motion when he crossed, came back and then went back out, the defender slipped a little bit. He had him out leveraged, and you wonder if Joe was just like, oh my gosh, if we could have just, if it was a play where I could have the ball snap, if we got to a point where we felt like we could convert, because I really felt like Jamar Chase had got him out leveraged on that motion he ran.
Ryan Rico to punt. DeAndre Carter with his toes on his 15. Carter will creep up to the 21, fields the punt playbook. Carter across the 30, and the Browns will start at the 33-yard line. 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining as we welcome you back into the booth. That's Daryl. I'm Kevin. And the Browns with an opportunity to once again spoil the early start of the season for the Cincinnati Bengals.
But the biggest question mark of the year for Cincinnati is, what is this defense going to be? Because, again, they don't have to be great. They just have to be solid, be good. Kind of what we've talked about with quarterback play for the Browns. Here's a great opportunity for them to be complimentary and say, hey, offense, we got your back. We got your back today. It was a tough battle with our offense against that Browns defense, but we're going to close this one out for you.
Flacco on first down. Tosses short. With the catch, he picks up 9 to the 40.
Bro, get a fucking stop, bro.
Joe Flacco, full hand at the helm.
Get a fucking stop, bro. You about to lose to the fucking Browns.
Seconds to play as he gets the snap. Flacco,
interception! Let's go!
takes it away for Cincinnati.
Let's go!
The opportunity for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah! Yeah!
2 picks off deflections today. This one couldn't put it away.
He's had such a good game today, too. Cedric Tillman at the top of the screen. Just a little curl route. He's wide open, bobbles it. And it's just a great job by DJ Turner being there. And again, ball disruption. That's the one thing that Al Golden preaches to his guys. And you've got a weakness with the Cleveland Browns, right? They were minus 22 in turnover ratio last year. Continue to make them doubt themselves in those situations. I mean, 2 huge takeaways today by that Bengals defense. Not great, not what Al Golden wants this group to become, but they found a way to help their team potentially earn a victory here.
What a time for DJ Turner's first career NFL interception. Browns have 2 timeouts left, so you can't necessarily kneel it out. They use one of those 2 here before the second down play. DJ Turner the second, drafted in the second round in 2023. Limited last year with that collarbone injury. He was known best for his speed. He ran a 4.26 in the combine. Comes up with the biggest play of his young career, the interception that might change the narrative. Joe Burrow talked to us about the narrative changing as bonus coverage between the Bucs and Falcons coming up here on Fox. He said the narrative was that they were a Super Bowl contending team. Then they became a team that scored a lot of points, but didn't win a lot of games. Yeah, he wanted to flip that narrative back to somewhere in the middle.
Exactly. I mean, you go back to 21, 22, and it's, finding ways to win. A gritty team, they would find ways to win. It got to the Super Bowl, got to the AFC Championship game, and then they just became explosive, and they found ways to lose football games.
And movement by the Cleveland Browns. Taken pick up front. 4 guys jump. Moving up there, somebody had to get called.
Yeah, but how about this defense being able to do exactly what Al Golden challenged? +2. We want to be +2 in the turnover ratio every week. That's hard, but that gives you such a great opportunity to win that game. But to be able to be +2 for 18 weeks, I mean, I don't know. If you listen to it, that sounds great, but can you actually go out and do that? And here they are, first game of the year with a new defensive coordinator, and they kind of meet the standard that he challenged them to.
Timeout used by Cincinnati. Final timeout for the Bengals. 2nd and 8 with 1:20 to play in the 4th coming up. Let's get a game break with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks so much, Kevin. So Washington already update on the Giants. Newly acquired Deebo Samuel on his first carry of the day. Shakes off a couple tacklers. Dives in for the score. Commanders lead this one 21-6. Kevin?
All right, Carissa, thank you. Here, a 1-point lead for the Bengals.
And I'm talking about the defense coming. All of this, I'm talking about the defensive trash, and they come up good. I might troll and everything, but it's all for entertainment. Don't take me serious. It's just for entertainment and comment. Give y'all a laugh. The raging is real, but I don't mean if I get crazy or something. Start yelling, but good dub, man.
Second and 8 for Cincinnati. It's Brown, tripped up in the backfield. Carson Schlesinger. Timeout. Cleveland, their final timeout. For Andre Schmidt, a forgettable debut in the National Football League. Missed extra point, missed field goal, both wide right, and a 1-point game. As a result, he was perfect through preseason, perfect through camp. Dustin Hopkins was who he competed with. Hopkins struggled, missed 2 extra points in the preseason. They went with Andre Schmidt. And unfortunately for Cleveland to this point, that decision has not paid off.
No, and we watched him Friday at practice. He was great Friday at practice.
Right down the middle on every kick.
Yeah.
Third down and 12. It's Chase Brown trying to spin away, and Myles Garrett is there to stand him up. Brent Delpit helping out. It's fourth down. Bengals are going to run this clock down as far as they can. Joe Flacco and the Browns offense should have one last glimmer, one last brief opportunity here in the fourth quarter. I'll run it down to about 30 seconds.
He said, coming violent. We don't start playing no shots. Get the firing. He said, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, get the hell. Dub was the dub.
We can pause for a hug, can't we? I think so. There's always time for a hug. Now, I do have a question from the... Going to Al. We can pause for a hug, can't we? I think so. Wait till they behind the way that shit. I know he died. 6-7. I just been on the highway. Wait till they behind the way that shit. I know he died. 6-7. I just been listed. It's a
that's what we
Great
said.
dog, bro. See y'all next week. Come on.
Punch back, and you're gonna have to knock somebody out.
You know, they're not going to give it to you.